Hello everyone, it's Lennon. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the books that I want to consume during my devil study, okay? Now I had told myself that I wanted to conduct a devil study in the month of October to get me invested in the season of the witch, okay? But the devil's guess is going to be if I do that or not. So I think that I have allowed myself to extend the study till the end of the year should I need it. Just to give myself some time in my own type of deadlining, psyche. So I've got 4 main books that I'm going to be reading for the purpose of the study. Now, the reason that I want to conduct this study is because the devil is an archetype that I've always found interesting. Fascinating would be more the word. But anyway, I have this thing about good and evil. The actual dichotomy between the two and the line between the two. And so, it just is what it is. So, getting more invested into the devil archetype and the concept of good and evil and the gray matter, okay, that rides in between them is going to fill my soul this season, okay? So, I've got 4 major books and some honorable mentions. I believe I'm gonna start with the honorable mentions, okay? The 2, I actually didn't get them out. The 2 that I want to start with that I've already read and I'll be thinking about them through the course of the study is Goethe's Faust, okay? Because I have a thing. First of all, okay, Faust is an alchemist, right? I love that. I love that. I love that he's bored, okay? There's a lot of classical text about men and their intelligence and then their boredom, okay? And this whole selling your soul pact with the devil to, okay? And then there's also a love interest that is pretty close to Dante and Beatrice, okay? So it took me a second. Anyway, this edition is really lovely because the text is pretty good, pretty well, it's pretty good size, right? And anyway, so I'll be thinking about Mephistopheles, okay? Because he's like my go-to devil figure. And then Paradise Lost by Milton. When I read this as a teenager, I fell in love with this Satan, okay, this devil. And I don't know what it was about him. He just was very intelligent, he had an ambition about him that called to me on this very visceral, sensual level, okay? And so I really enjoy Paradise Lost for its good and evil, for its God and devil take, and the archetype of Milton's devil is spot the hell on, okay? So those are 2, I guess, honorable mention texts that I'll be thinking about and maybe possibly peruse for just some general, stuff. And then I picked this up a while ago, actually, and it's just been one of those coffee table books that has been on the bookshelf that I get out mainly for the images, okay? And I believe Edward Brooke Hitching has a couple of these. The Madman's Library is on my Amazon wish list right now, and I can't wait to get that about books. But the one I actually purchased, was The Devil's Atlas, an explorer's guide to heaven, hells, and afterworlds. How could I not? So there is a lot of text in here, but there is just so much, like Mesoamerican underworlds, purgatory, limbo, purgatory, and other midworlds. Look at that. Oh, I love this kind of stuff. That's Tibetan. Let me see. Some of the best artwork in here about the the afterlife, okay? But anyway, so this is all about like information on the afterlife, and it's so good. I love the crackle of this book. I love when they crack like that. It sounds heavenly. But anyway, Devil's Atlas. So those are 3 honorable mentions. All right. Now, the first one was a book that I picked up years and years and years ago. So I'll probably re-peruse this instead of reading it in its entirety. I don't know though. And if I feel so inclined as to Russell's writing style, I may pick up some other books by them, because this one is called The Prince of Darkness, Radical Evil and the Power of Good in History. Yes. Okay, look at this cover. Look at this cover. Now, Jeffrey Burton Russell has other books on the archetype, okay? He has Medieval Heresies. He has The Devil, Perceptions of Evil from Antiquity to Primitive Christianity, Satan, the Early Christian Tradition, Lucifer, the Devil in the Middle Ages, and Mephistopheles, the Devil in the Modern World. So, really good. A History of Witchcraft, Sorcerers, Heretics, and Pagans. Yeah, so a couple of books on witchcraft and good and evil. So I may pick up some other books by him, if like the ones on Satan and Lucifer, maybe Mephistopheles, since he's but I don't know yet. So I'll probably like re-peruse this during the devil study and take some notes. And I have this. It's not very devilish, but I bought this notebook specifically for my devil study. The pages are lined in red lines. So it's going to get me right into the mode of it, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the study by taking a good amount of notes on what I think I know about the devil, about what I think I know about the history, about what I think I know about what it means to have a devil on your back, what I like, what it means in terms of evil, what it means in terms of good, what the devil means in terms of demons versus the devil, the hierarchical lens, and all that. I'm just gonna like take a good amount of notes on what I think I know, and then, like I said, peruse all the books throughout the study and take notes as I read that, and get like a feel, and it will almost be like I want this whole study to be like a major invocation. Anyway, that's book 1. So, The Prince of Darkness, and maybe some others by Russell. I've heard some good stuff about him. So, okay, the next one is a goodie, okay? And that is The Witch's Devil by Roger J. Horne, okay? Now, his books, for the most part, I don't think I liked his incantations, only because I like to come up with my own. So that book was kind of like this kind of personal gnosis that was just like, okay, cool, but didn't get much from it, right? But all of the other works that he has out there, like the Folk Witch and all that, ooh, good stuff, okay? So The Witch's Devil by him is, now this specifically is on cunning, like the cunning aspect. It's a witch's devil in terms of archetype, in terms of the historical witch's devil. And when I think of, again, I'll go over this in my, like when I peruse what I think I know, I'm thinking Dionysus, I'm thinking Pan, I'm thinking Cernunnos, I'm thinking the horned god, right? And like in this kind of soft polytheist way. So anyway, that's this, yeah, had to be on the list. Okay, then I got the Tales and Legends of the Devil, the Many Guises of the Primal Shapeshifter by Claude and Corinne Lecoteau. So this will be really, really good. I think I'm hyped for this one because like I said, I've perused all the other ones, but I haven't even looked inside this one yet, and I think that I'm hyped because I don't know what to expect, and I like that. So, The Devil as Suitor. already going to like this. The devil and his family, the swindled and battered devil, in the devil's service, a visit to hell, because, you know, we have to, a devil in the church, oh, yes, tale types, motifs, ooh, they have an appendix for motifs, yes, so, I know I'm gonna like this, so, yeah, tales and legends, okay, people? And then the final one is more academic than the rest, but it's called The History of the Devil and the Idea of Evil by Paul Karras. Okay, this is a tome. But anyway, I have reviewed this already because it's been on my shelf for a long time. I haven't perused it, but I have reviewed it. Like, I've gone through and kind of like done this. You know, skimmed it. I've skimmed it. And this one is good because it starts out with good and evil as religious ideas, like how good and evil are concepts that have come out of religion, right? Duh. And then there's devil worship, and then there's Egypt, the Semites, the Persian dualism, Israel, Brahmanism and Hinduism, Buddhism, the dawn of the new era, and then we flow into early Christianity, Greece and Italy, demonology of Northern Europe, and then the devil's prime, then the Inquisition, then the Reformation, then the witches' prosecution, and then we talk about the devil in terms of verse and fable, in terms of like fairy tale, and the physiological problems with good and evil is the last section, and let me tell you, I am looking forward to that so much, because the philosophy of magic, witchcraft, good and evil, dualism, the philosophy of all that is where my soul lies. That's where my soul is. That's when it awakens, is in the philosophy, is in the thinking that turns into doing. The thinking that starts out as a theory, and then by the end of whatever the endeavor is, you've turned that philosophy and that theory into a knowing, which turns into a belief, which turns into foundational work for the craft. And that's a little bit of what I'm hoping with this study. I don't know. I just feel like he needs me right now. That sounds egoic. Maybe it is, but feels like he needs me right now, and I'm not sure why. So I'm going to investigate and go down the rabbit hole, trekking through hell, and see what I find. So those are the books that I'm using to conduct the devil study. Now, if I so choose, I don't know if I will, if I so choose, I might talk about the study, some revelations, some insights, some things like that. I may do that after I've conducted the devil study. I don't know when that will come out, but I don't even know if I am going to put that on the channel. But I just wanted to share some books on the devil from the witch's lens, from the magical lens, that I'll be using to, like, I'll be reading these and conducting the study through the lens of my witchcraft and through the lens of magic, and hopefully learn something in the process. And that's really all this is going to be. So, you know, should be fun. It should be interesting. So I'm going to put my horns on and get started. Okay? And I hope y'all are having a magical day. Thank you for coming along with me. Much love.